Hey, Max, there's kind of that old thing about teams in a playoff spot at Thanksgiving, and you guys obviously are. For you to kind of leave so early in the season with an injury and then come back and see that how competitive the team has been and then back in and get a win, how does that feel for you to be able to know that team did well?
Yeah, I think the team did a great job of kind of weathering the storm. As you mentioned, there's so many injuries, guys in our lineup, key guys and depth guys. And, I think it started with the leadership group. Lenny made some timely saves at the right time and allowed our team to find our game in certain games. And other guys have stepped up and put the puck in the net. And it's really a treat to see. And the key now is when we do get everyone back, is to not just sit back on our heels and say that we have our lineup and we just deserve wins. No, we got to, keep that same mentality. And I think the coach mentioned that last game, we really played well for 60 minutes, one of our better games, and we got to build off that defensively and offensively.
Next question will come from Ben Goetz, Las Vegas Review-Journal. Okay, issues there. Next question will come from David Shane of the Las Vegas Review-Journal.
Hi, Max. I think all of us reported what the injury was, but I don't know if we saw or know exactly how you were injured. Can you maybe take us through that a little bit and just, did you know right away? Because obviously you played through it that game.
Oftentimes when that happens, you know that it's probably, 50-50 chance, and kind of got to wait for you to take your skate off to really know how it is, and with adrenaline in the game and whatnot. And as soon as it happened, obviously you don't take your skate off because you don't want to, lose the rest of the game from that. So you keep it on and just kind of battle through it. And then as soon as they took it off, I had a very bad feeling, and we kind of knew right away, and then had to get scans, and that confirmed it.
Next question will go to Ashley Vise of the Vegas Golden Knights.
Max, as you were watching some of the younger players step up while you were gone, how much confidence has it given you in just the depth of the organization and the future of the organization?
Yeah, I think the part that you normally have to worry about, the area of the game with rookies, we don't have to worry about with ours. They're all two-way guys that were responsible in their own end. And oftentimes when you see guys get called up, in other scenarios, they'll be cheating for offense and won't really be responsible their own end. But that wasn't the case with our young guys. And that helped us win hockey games because you know that you can put those guys out in so many different situations and know that they're going to, take care of their end first. And, that can allow some other guys to go down and play a little bit more offensive as well. So, the mindset that the guys that came up and came with was the right one, and really allowed our team to play at the top of our game.
Next question, we'll go back to Ben Goetz, Las Vegas Review-Journal.
Hey, Max, with you and Mark both out, Chandler Stephenson really shouldered a lot of offensive burden for this team. I guess just what was it like to see him kind of succeed even with you guys out of the lineup?
Yeah, it was great to see. Chandler's a really good hockey player, and that's no surprise to anyone in this room to see him have success no matter who he's played with, maybe to the outside world, but he's got, probably the best raw skill on the team. And we've known that since the day that he came here. And what's really nice to see is he's rounding out his game into, obviously a point getter right now, but he hasn't abandoned his defensive game at all while doing so. In fact, I think he's gotten even better at it. Maybe that's why he's contributing so much offensively. So a guy that's definitely, taking advantage of an opportunity that he's earned. And it's nice to see a guy like that get rewarded. He's been huge for our team, especially during this stretch.
Last question for Max today. I'll go to David Shane of the Las Vegas Review-Journal.
I'm Max, kind of with all this, because there was a specific timeline on it for you, was it, maybe a little less frustrating in terms of dealing with an injury and from that standpoint? And just how did you kind of feel coming back in that last game? Where do you feel you're at, at this point?
Yeah, it's nice to not, argue with the doctors every day saying I feel good and hiding, maybe how I really feel to try and get in. As you mentioned, it was kind of set in stone how much time I was going to miss, and that probably did make it a little bit easier on that end. We stuck to the timeline perfectly. It's just amazing how doctors know that right at that 6-week Mark, you're going to turn the corner. And that's exactly how I felt. I was starting to get a little bit nervous there the last couple of days leading up to it, but they were spot on with that. And the trainers here do such a good job. I know it's not an easy task to try and keep, your muscle on when you're not weight bearing at all. And it's really hard to keep your cardio up as well when you're not able to use one leg, but I think we did as good of a job as we were able to, and credit the trainers a lot for the work that they did on that.